Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Beyond the Sewing Room. I'm Diane. So today I'm going to share with you my most recent make. So it's a jumpsuit. I shared it in my previous video that I was going to make this jumpsuit from some fabric that I just bought from my local sewing shop, and I really love the fabric and I wanted to make something nice for summer that I would probably wear for lots of years. So I've gone for a jumpsuit, and the main reason being it's nice to be able to wear trousers and things when you're out and about doing things. I have a dog, so I have dog to walk if you're out in the garden and so on. You can still wear trousers or a jumpsuit without feeling like you're wearing a dress and you're crouching down and the dress is going everywhere. So that was my main reason for making this, and also because I made this recently for a work project, and also, as I said, I really loved it. So it was a great one to make. I really love the construction of it. I like how the belt is fastened on, so you've no fear of losing that over the coming months, years. Right? So yeah, I think it's a really good one. I like the fit of it. There was only one thing that I changed, and I did mention this in a previous video that I was going to change this on this particular one, is that I added 2 bust darts. So I'm going to show you some footage of me wearing it. Here is my finished jumpsuit. So it just comes to the ankle. Now on this version, the one I've made for me, I've actually added a dart just here, and I think that works really well because that just brings that in a bit more. There is a bit of ease stitching either side on the pattern, but I just found, because I'm quite small, a little dart just here just really helped, and I'm really pleased with it. I think the fabric works well, and I do love the fit of this pattern. Like I say, other than just a little cape here, the rest of it fit really well. And that was the only thing. So with it being this flat front, I found, and it's probably with me being small, but across here and then where it comes down at the sides, it just sort of stood. So there was just a tiny bit of gape. Now this might be the same for everybody, or maybe it was just me. But what I did was I just pinched it in at both sides like this, just grabbed it, pinched it, and then put pins there, and then took it to the centre point of the bust. And I did that on the inside, then created the darts and then pressed them down and then just stitched it down either side. And I found that worked really well. I mean, there is the option to do that before you add the binding on, but I just find it works really well if you do that after. And I've done it on other things in the past before, because sometimes I have fitting issues just here, or sometimes at the neck things might stand, and I've also added sort of little fitting darts here and there before in the past, and also at the back as well. So I've changed it in other places, but I found that this just gives like a really neat finish. So that's what I've done with that. And other than that, I've just made it as is on the pattern. And as you can see in the images, it's made a really nice jumpsuit. I like that it's a dark colour because that means it's not so transparent, but it's a thin material. So it's perfect for summer. So nice and cool when we have warm enough weather. I mean, it's sunny today, but it's really windy and it keeps raining. So it's not the kind of thing I could wear on a day like today. But if it's a nice hot day, it's cool enough to be able to wear it. And as I said, you can't see straight through it. I did line, oh, that's one other thing. I did line the bodice on this one, just to give it a little bit of structure just here. And what I did was I just cut these pieces, the front piece and the back 2 pieces, exactly the same, double. And then I just made it up, made the lining up, then added the binding on after I'd stitched those 2 pieces. And yeah, that worked really well. And it's got pockets, so they're nice and handy. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the outcome of that one. So that's the first thing that I've been up to this week. I've also had a few alterations to do for a neighbour. And then I've had a clear out. So I took everything out of my wardrobe yesterday. Not a big clear out, just a few bits. Some things have gone into drawers because they're seasonal, and a few other things I've taken out because they're just not getting worn. Not lots of things, but just a couple of things. And I like to make sure that everything in there is getting worn, and if not, find a job for it, a use for it. So this blouse I made a couple of years ago. I do love it. It's from the Gertie sewing book. I'll just grab that so you can see. I have shared this before, but I'm just going to change the buttons on the back on this blouse. So it's this one. Gertie's new book for better sewing, and it's a beautiful book. I bought mine second hand, and I would recommend trying to do that if you can, because they're quite expensive new. What does this one say? It's £22 UK prices new, and 35 US and 40 Canadian. So it's not a cheap book. I made this one a couple of times, this blouse. Oh, I found it straight away. The back of it has got button down back, traditional vintage kind of style, button down back. And I find I have to leave the middle two closed, undo the top one and the bottom one, and then just pull it over my head that way. Makes it easier to fasten. But the thing is, I've used a really light fabric for this particular blouse and I love it, but the buttons being quite large are heavy, and I find it's making it sort of weighted towards the back. So it's pulling up here and then annoying me when I wear it. So I found a better picture of the blouse so that you can see. Oh, this one is the bow tie one. I made the bow tie one as well. I made that in a different fabric. And then the one I'm about to show you is the keyhole one. So there's the Peter Pan and then the keyhole. So I made this one, the keyhole blouse. As you can see at the top here, comes high on the neck. It's got this lovely keyhole. But because of the buttons, it's pulling that up the front of my neck. And that is what's making it so that I don't wear it. Which is no good, is it? Because I bought this fabric from John Lewis before it closed in Sheffield. And I love the fabric, saved it for ages, used it to make this, and now it's not getting worn very often. So this is it. The nice keyhole at the front. Lovely fabric. But then I did these mismatch buttons at the back. You can see, so I've got white, black, pink, white, black, pink. And I was really happy with that. But as you can see, they are quite big buttons. If you imagine that amount of buttons down the back of a really lightweight blouse, you can imagine it's pulling up and over. So I'm going to take those off and replace them with some light ones. I'll probably do them all the same colour this time because I won't have those colours in each one of a light one, I don't think. Or maybe I will, but it won't give the same effect, but at least I'll be able to wear it. So that's what I intend on doing with that. And then I've just got a couple of other bits that are dresses that I made for work a couple of years ago, and this was when I got to keep a couple of them. I made them as per the pattern. They didn't particularly suit me in whatever ways. I just think it's a waste of fabric. Now that they're already made up, I am limited on what I can do with it, but I will make something. So I'm thinking, because I'm wearing more sort of trousers and skirts, or trousers and skirts with tops recently, I'm going to have a look and see what tops I can make with those. So although I've had a clear out, I'm not adding further to my wardrobe. These things are already in existence. They were already in my wardrobe. I'm just changing them into something else. So I'm going to have a little think about what I'm going to do with that, and then I'll share that with you on another day when I've decided what I'm going to make with them. But it's just a good idea to use up the fabrics that we already have. I've got lots of various buttons, zips, all kind of things I've got interfacing. I don't need to buy anything for those kind of projects, but I am going to use them up on something. And another gap that I do have is pyjamas. So I don't tend to wear pyjamas for bed, but I do tend to wear them sort of late evening. If I'm watching the TV sort of between 9 and 11, I'll come and put something like that on just to wind down in. So I thought I'd make some of those. Now I have got some fabric that I could use for that, for the bottoms, and then other fabrics don't have to match exactly. Could just be in a plain colour for the top. Make a little cami top for the top, and then just the bottoms. So I'll show you what I thought for that. So I have this left over. I've used this for lots of different things for work projects, and I've got a couple of things in it myself. And I've got some more left over from a project. So this is a sateen. My only thought is that going to be comfy enough for some sort of loose pyjama trousers? I'm not sure. It's nice and light. I'm wondering if it's going to be too stiff. I have to have a think. But there is enough for a pair of pyjama trousers with elasticated waist, maybe a little ribbon, a drawstring. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking for that. I'll open it up a bit if you haven't seen it before. That print, it's called Boudoir Bouquet. It's really pretty. I do like it. So I'm thinking of that for that. And maybe some of the things that I'm taking apart could be made into camisoles, because there's not much, obviously, depending on how skirts are cut and tops are cut when I unpick them. It's how I use the fabric, how I use it up. But that would be nice if they'd get then worn for camisoles for sitting around in with pyjama bottoms when I'm relaxing in the evening. I'll have a think about that. So that's what I've been up to, and that's my thoughts. Let me know if you've been having a little bit of a clear out too when you change over your clothes for summer or winter, depending on where you are in the world. It's always a good idea to do that. Take everything out. I wiped the wardrobe out, give it a hoover, put things back. Strangely enough, again, even though I'd taken lots of things out and folded things and put them in drawers, put some things in the bag of the charity shop and taken some things out to work on, when I came to neatly put everything back, it still didn't want to go. It's like all the clothes had breathed a sigh of relief to be out of the wardrobe, and then when I put them back in, it still seemed full. It seemed fuller than ever. I don't understand it, but that's what happened. Well, that's all from me for today. I'll be back soon with more sewing inspiration for you, and thank you so much for watching today. Bye for now.